MD Abdul Rahman. If you listen to me, please talk about yourself. Okay.
Assalamu alaikum. I am
Hey,
Abdul Rahman.
Yes.
I am Abdul Rahman. I am from Sylhet in Bangladesh.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Abdul Rahman. Is it your first classes? How many classes you participate with us?
Today is first class.
Welcome, Mr. Abdul Rahman, in the hassle-free education IELTS classes. Please, Abdul Rahman, could you explain about your educational background? Your education you completed.
I am a student of MC College. It is located Sylhet City. My major is political science.
So, Abdul Rahman, why you are thinking to sit for IELTS exam?
I will go on abroad.
Abroad. So, do you have idea how many score is required to study some university in USA, UK, Canada? Do you have any idea regarding this?
Yeah, I have decided I will go on UK. I required score 7.
So you are looking for 7 score is very good score. If you are able to have 7 score in IELTS, you may have scholarship in UK, some lots of university. If I talk about myself, I am Nazim. I have completed my first graduation from Cambridge University, UK with scholarship. My IELTS score was 8.5. So I was offered by Cambridge University full free scholarships. That's why I could have a chance to work with British Council as IELTS examiner. So I hope you can try. You can try. If you keep touch with us, we will help you. If you try yourself, then you can have your expected score or desired score. Thank you, Abdul Rahman. Now let's start our classes. We have lots of participants. Abdul Rahman's. This is the three number classes of IELTS reading. Before that, I like to mention to you about IELTS. IELTS, you must know, is an international language test. Is conducted by Cambridge University, UK, and here in Bangladesh or other country, 3 organizations like British Council, IDP, or Australian or Cambridge Assessment are conducting the test. If you are looking to have 7 score, you have to know some strategies, some rules, regulations, and how you can have a score. And I like to recommend you to watch my previous classes. If you join our IELTS group, this is called IELTS and Hassle-Free Education, our Facebook group. If you join in the group, you can watch my previous classes. There you can gather some idea. Moreover, I like to mention some briefing idea that IELTS means International English Language Testing System. It has 4 modules: reading, writing, speaking, listening as well. And I recommend you to watch some previous video, you can have gather idea. Today's classes, we are having discussed about IELTS readings, and you can you have to understand how we are solving IELTS reading modules. Let's discuss about the previous classes. We have talked about our homeworks, and we hear lots of participants. Mahir Khan, Hussain Ahmed, and Samia Khan. Sweetie, I like to listen from Sweetie. Sweetie, hello. Good evening from here. Sweetie, how are you?
Hello.
Sweetie, I like to listen from you. Yeah, welcome salam. Could you please introduce yourself, your name, you're from, your education?
Yes, sir. I am Rinkiata Sweetie. I come from Molobibajar.
Yes.
I am Bangladeshi.
Yes.
I am 21 years old.
What is your educational background? Have you completed your graduation or your?
I am BA first year.
You completed BA. Okay, sweetie. Thank you. Welcome our IELTS classes. And how many classes you take with me, or how many classes you take with our hassle-free education in the courses?
Yeah, 3 classes.
3 classes. Okay. In the 3 classes, what have you learned? Have you learned some IELTS reading? Do you have idea how the IELTS reading or how to answer, find out answer? Do you have learned?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you don't understand, you can ask me. If you don't understand any point, you can ask me freely. Thank you very much. I am going to start the classes here.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Here we have some classes about the regarding previous classes. In the previous class, we were discussing some sort of technique and strategy. The technique we were discussing about reading modules. And today's classes, we are going to discuss some question type. As we can see in the screen, the question type is called list of heading. So to answer list of headings, earlier I mentioned in IELTS, the type of question are very important to know. Once you can understand what kinds of question you are going to solve and their strategy to find answer, it will be very helpful for you to find answer rapid possible time. So let's talk about the question. This is called the list of heading. Here, reading passage 3 has 8 paragraph, A and H paragraphs. Which paragraph contain the following information? That means we have to find some information, reading some heading. Heading means when we read the newspaper, we can read some heading. For example, if you are reading some newspaper or article, thus there is some heading, the main word, main themes of the heading, moral things. So first of all, the technique is the heading. We don't solve the heading first. We have already solved this kinds of question first. This kinds of question we already solved. And we gather some idea regarding the passage. Now what we should do? We should read the heading first. The heading number 27, 28, 29, 3 heading here. If we understand the heading well with their meanings, then you move to the passage. There are some paragraph A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H paragraph. From A to H paragraph, we have to identify which paragraph is matching with which heading. Let's talk. The heading number 27 is about the mention of a geoengineering project based on an earlier natural phenomena. This is a heading. If once we understand the heading, mention of a geoengineering project, based on an earlier natural phenomena. That means in which paragraph they mention about geoengineering project, which is based on the earlier natural phenomena. 28 headings, an example of a successful use of geoengineering. And we have to find in the passage in the paragraph A to H, where they talk about an example of a successful use of geoengineering. 29 question is a common definition of geoengineering, where they talk about the definition. One thing is very important in the list of the heading. If they talk about the definition or explanation or the brief idea, short idea of a passage, we have to start reading from the first paragraph, beginning paragraphs. Let's read the first paragraph. in the paragraph A should be paragraph A because the definition should be the beginnings. What about the passage is? The passage is about the reducing the effect of climate change. The passage is about reducing the effect of climate change. So, and A paragraph should be definitions. We have to make confirms. What are the techniques? We already have read the heading. Now we have to read the paragraph A, 2 or 3 line of the beginnings, and you can understand which paragraph is going to match with the headings. And look at about the such is our depends on fossil fuel, and such is the volumes of carbon dioxide already released into the atmosphere. They may experts agree. The many experts agree that significant global warming okay, significant global warming is now inevitable. They believe that the best we can do is keep is a reasonable level, and at present the only serious option for doing this is cutting back to our carbon emissions. But while a few countries are making major strides in this regard, the majority of are having recent difficulty even streamed rate of scraps. So 2 and 3 lines, by reading from the beginning 2 and 3 line, you understand they are talking about global warming or others. And then you have to read the last 1 line. If plans are reducing our dependency of fossil fuel, we require a plan B. Employing grant seem to slow down to recover the process of global warming. Geoengineering is the 11th of the backed generator. That means global warming, they are talking about global warming, and some we're talking about geoengineering. So the first paragraph, we have to read again the first question. Number 29 is about a common definition of geoengineering. Whatever you read in the paragraph A, all things are the definition of geoengineering. And we have understood the all thing they are talking about the geoengineering. Answer should be 29. Answer should be A. You have to write answer A. 29 should be A. I think you understand how I find this kinds of question. I like to know from Samia Khan. Samia Khan, could you please tell me that tactic and strategy I found the answer this type of question? Have you understood the tactic? I like to listen from Samia Khan. Please comment your view. Okay, thank you, Samia. Now,
yes, we have to find the keywords and then match from the paragraphs.
First of all, we read all heading 27, 28, 29. Then you go to the read from paragraph A, B, C. The technique is that when you read 2 or 3 lines from the beginning, you can understand that this paragraph is matching with this heading. Now, if you please, could you read the question number 7 or paragraph number B? And paragraph number B, just 2 lines or 3 lines of the passage. Okay, Samia Khan, could you read the paragraph number B? 2 or 3 lines from the beginning. One other technique, if the paragraph is shorter, you can read 2 lines from the beginning, 1 line from the at last. 2 lines from the beginning and last line you have to read. Please start reading 2 lines from the beginning and last line of the paragraph.
Geoengineering has been shown to work, at least on a small, localized scale. For decades, many parades in
May Day
Mo-
parades in Mexico has been
parades in Moscow
taken
have
has
place
been
under
taken place
under
okay
under
taken place
yes
under clear blue sky, aircraft
having deposited
deposited dry
dry
ice,
ice, silver, iodide,
silver,
iodide,
iodide,
and cement,
cement power
power to
to
dispel uh,
cause cloud.
clouds.
Okay.
Many of these
Okay, this is cloud. This is enough. Now you have to read the last line of the paragraph. Last line, him from the line, his teams would employ up 16
up to
trillion minutes.
16 trillion minute spacecraft, each weighing about 1 gram, to form a
To form of
transparent sunlight uh,
ref-
reflecting
refracting
sunshade
sunshade in
in
the
an
orbit.
orbit 1.5 million kilometer above the Earth.
Or this could
This
urge
reduce
angel
angel
reduce the
reduced to
amount
the
of light reaching
light
the
reading.
Earth by 2%. So one thing, if you understand the heading now, if you understand the paragraph, now you can match with the heading. We have rest of the two heading, 28 and 27. Between 28 and 27, which one is matching? You have to urge that 28 talk about the mention of geoengineering project based on earlier natural phenomenon. This is not matching. I think 28.
28. Yes, sir.
An example of successful use of geoengineering. This is matching. So we have to write 28, answer should be B. Because in the B paragraph, whatever we understand, they are talking about some scientist named Roger Angel, University Arizona, or some they have research about, then finally they success about geoengineering. They are working in final paragraphs. When you read in the finally, this paragraph, when you read here, the majority of geoengineering projects of so far carry out, which include planning forest in the the paragraph is B. B number, geoengineering has shown to work at least on a small localized scale. For decades, Mayday projects in Mexico have taken place under clear blue sky, aircraft having deposited by dry ice. This is about the geoengineering. They are doing some things. They are recharging some scientists, silver iodides and cement power to disperse cloud. Then they are talking about how to make it cloud. Many of the ships now suggest by look into the opposite and reduce the amount of sunlight reaching on the planet. The most eye-catching idea of is all suggested by Professor Roger Angel of University of Arizona. His team would employ up to 16 trillion minute spacecraft is weighing about 1 grams to form of transparent sunlight reflecting sunshade in an orbit 1.5 million kilometer above the Earth. This cloud could urge angel reduce the amount of light received. Everything in this paragraph we understood this matching with this paragraph with this heading. Number 28, an example, there is an example. They talk about successful use of geoengineering. They have given an example that we have done this one, we have done this, and the sunlight reflecting to the sunset and the darkness of some things. So every sort of thing, if you understand the meaning well, you can do better. Now we have to read the paragraph number C. Paragraph number C, we earlier read paragraph C. In the paragraph number C, we have only one question remaining. This is about the question is 27. This is about the mention of geoengineering project based on an earlier natural phenomena. Just one question remaining. We have to read paragraph number B, whether it is matching or not. This is a short paragraph. If you find short paragraph, you can read, you have to read all the paragraph. Let's read. The majority of geoengineering project is so far carried out, which include planting forest. In desire, depositing irons is the ocean to stimulate. We already have read the paragraph. So there is nothing information about the 27 question. We have to read the D question paragraphs. D paragraph is larger. When you read the larger paragraph, you can follow some technique. 2-3 lines of the paragraph beginning and 1 last line. Now we start reading D paragraph. Concept of releasing aerosol spora into the atmosphere above the Arctic has been probed. Proposed by several scientists. This could involve using sulfate or hydrogen sulfate aerosol so that sulfate dioxide would form cloud. They are talking about the procedure of making cloud, which could in turn lead in a global warming. How they are making clouded, how the lead to the global warming. This is about the talkings. And last line you have to read. Last line start from here. Scientists has also scrutinized whether it is possible to preserve the ice sheet of Greenland, which reinforce high tension cables, preventing icebergs from moving into the sea. Meanwhile, the Russia Arctic's geoengineering plan include the planting of millions beech tree, whereas the region natives evergreen pines shed the snow and absorb radiation which would heat theirs. Now we have to read again the questions, whatever we understand, and we have to match with the question. Only we have remaining 27 questions. Question 27. Mention of geoengineering project based on an earlier natural phenomenon. Now, please, can you match with the 20 question is matching with D? Could you please tell me it is matching with this, Samia Khan? Is it matching with the D number? Samia Khan. Is the paragraph D matching with question number 27? Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so now the technique we have to understand regarding to find this kinds of question. Again, I like to say the question is called list of the headings. List of the heading question, you have to, when you find in any passage, there is a list of the heading question. You don't read the solve, you don't try to solve the beginning. You have to solve other question first, then come to the heading. Because whole the passage you have to read, then you have to match with the headings. Now, we can review in the reading part. In the reading part, we solve 40 questions. Once you solve 40 questions, and you will have some answer paper like this, answer sheet like this. You will have some answer sheet. I like to see you. I like to show you some how you do the answer sheet. Look at this. This is answer sheets, and you will have in your real exams. And first of all, you have to mention your candidate name, candidate number, test module, academic or general. You have to tick the academic one. Center number, if you know the center number, you write down center number, date of the exam. Then this is the answer sheets for reading part. There are 40 questions. You have to write down in the sheet. Question number 1, 2, 3, 4 by using your pencil. In the IELTS class, you are not allowed to read pen, Rather, you have to advise, you have to start to read your pencil. 20, 40 questions you have to write in the answer sheets. Now, earlier I mentioned, if you are looking to have 7 score, you have to make correct 30 questions to get 7 score. If you are looking to have 6.5 score, you have to make correct 26 questions. This is about the reading answer sheet. You understand well. Now, we like to go to the next passage. I have given some homework in the next passage. This is about, I have advised to read yourself the passage very well and their meanings. This is our passage. And I have told you to read yourself the passage and understand the word meaning. Once you understand the meaning of the passage, you can do better in reading module, reading part. And today we are going to solve the question. To solve the question, we have to understand what kinds of questions there are. The first question is question 1, 2, 3, 4 are true, false, not given. And we understand well the technique and strategy, how to find answer in terms of true, false, not given. And I like to mention some participants to read the question. Archana, welcome. Archana, are you listening to me? Archana from Sudan. Okay, could you read the question number 1? Question number 1. Could you please read the question number 1?
There is some doubt about what caused the Mary Rose to sink.
There is some doubt about what causes. We have to read that clearly. There is some doubt about what causes the Mary Rose to sink. Mary Rose is a ship like a Titanic. It had been seen in the ocean. So, in terms of answering question true, false, not given, you need to use your pencil to identify the main point. There is the main point. The causes of Mary Rose sinking. There is a doubt. There is some doubt. The causes of Mary Rose sinking. The main word is the causes, doubt, and the causes of Mary Rose sinking. This is the main word. So we have to go to the passage. From the beginning, if you read the passage, you can understand whether they are talking about the causes of Mary Rose sinking. Okay. Let's start. Archana, please start reading from the beginning. Passage beginning.
On 19 July 1545, English and French fleets were engaged in a sea battle off the coast of southern England in the area of water called the Solent between Portsmouth and the Isle of Wight. Among the English vessels was a warship by the name of Mary Rose.
Mary Rose.
Yeah.
Built
in Portsmouth some 35 years earlier.
Some 35 years earlier. she had a long and successful fighting career and was a favorite of King Henry Wells. Account of the happened to the sheep berry. So, account of the sheep, account of what happened to the sheep berry. Well, witness agree that he was not hit by the French. Some maintain that she was outdated, overloaded, and sailing too low in the water. Other that he was misled by undisciplined crew. So what do we have to understand? Someone say this causes, someone say this causes, someone say this causes. So is it the, look at the question again. The causes of Mary Road sinking, we read, someone say, everyone are not confirmed where the regions. Okay, Anita, true, thank you very much. This is true because there is a doubt of the causes Mary Rose sin. So this is true. In this way, we have to find second question. Question number 2. I like to read the question number 2. Mahir Khan, Mr. Mahir Khan, could you read the question number 2? Mahir Khan.
Yes, sir.
Please read the question number 2.
The Mary Rose was the only ship to sink in the Battle of 19 July 1545.
Okay, what is the main thing? Mary Rose was the only ship to sink in the battle 19 July 1545. So now we have to go to the passage, read the line. Where you find the last answer, you have to read the rest of the lines where they're talking about the Mary Rose was the only ship who sink in the times. Could you please read the rest of the line?
On 19 July 1545, English and French fleets were engaged in a sea battle off the coast of southern England in the area of water called the Solent, between Portsmouth and the Isle of Wight. Among the English vessels was a warship by the name of Mary Rose.
Okay. Did you find some clue in this paragraph?
Sir, in the first line.
No, not from the beginning. There is from the beginning you have 19 July and English and French fleet were engaged in a fleet sea beach. This is not about the question. Question is about, you have to understand the question well. Question about the Mary Rose was the first ship to sink in the battle 19 July. So in 19 July, they in the process in 19 July, English and French fleet were engaged. That means where English and France was engaged, what happened in the sea battle of the coast of southern England in this area of the water. But the first question says, Mary Rose was only ship to sink in the battle 19 July. Have they mentioned in the paragraph? You can read the paragraph. Have they mentioned what date Mary Rose sink? Dates. This is the date about the battle between English and the French. English, the water and solvents, and the vessel was warships. Mary Rose built this year earlier. She had strong, successful careers. According to the happens in the ship buried. So in this time, the Rose was sink. Here, is that the Mary Rose sink into the Solent day? That day, Solent that day, taking at least 500 men after battle attempt were made covert ship, but those failed. Now we have to match between the question and the passage. What does the question say? What does the passage say? Question say, Mary Rose was the only sheep to see in the battle 19. Someone said true, but there is some conflict. Did they mention that it is only sheep? Yes, Samia Khan is talk about not given. Samia Khan, why you think this is not given? Why do you think it is not given? Please.
Because there is also the doubts and the date is not the same. So it's doubtful. Not sure.
That is not sure. One thing. Another is that they did not clarify that whether it is only sheep or not. They did not clarify. You can see here.
Yes, sir.
You can read here. And we read here, 19 July, there was a battle between English and French, engaged in the sea. And in the battle, they did not mention the date. In the battle, ship was sink, but they did not mention the date. One point. Another point is that they did not mention, was it the only ship or there are lots of ships have been sink. In a battle, there's not only one ship left. There may be lots of sheep have to leave the battle, leave the war. But they did not clarify how many ships have been seen, or it was the only ship or not. That's why, for two reasons, answer is not given. Someone say true. Who have mentioned the true, please? Someone mentioned this true answer. Someone say true. Machine. Mahbub, Mr. Mahbub say true.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Mr.
Sir, date was given at start of the paragraph, 19 July 1545.
Yes.
Date, I think date is given at start of paragraph. And at second
given,
point is,
yes.
Second point is Mary Rose sink. That means the only boat or ship sink that day.
Okay, you have confused one thing. The date they mentioned, the date is about the time of battle between France and England. Later they talk about in the battle. Later they mention in the battle, Mary Rose sink, but they did not clarify which date it was seen. The first point. Second point, there is no clarification of whether it was only sheep or there were lots of sheep. That's why it is not given. I think you understand.
Oh. Okay, sir. Understand.
Okay. Now we have to do more thing about it. The question number 3. I would like to request to read the question number 3. Someone with question number 3. Mr. Mew. Mr. Mew is a new co-host. Okay. I'd like to request Sweetie from Molvi Bazaar Select. Sweetie from Molvi Bazaar. Please, could you read question number 3? Sweetie from Molvi Bazaar, I would like to request you to read the question number 3. Sweetie, are you listening to me?
Yes.
Most of one side,
Most
of the Mary Rose,
side of the Mary Rose
lay undamaged
under the
sea. That means the most of the side of Mary Rose, where it is seen in the base of the bottom of the sea, it was undamaged. Damage means what were not destroyed. So the main thing of the question, if you understand the main thing, you can find the question. Read again the question. Most of the side of Mary Rose were lay. That means in the bottom of the sea where Mary Rose lay down, they found everything undamaged. Now you have to read the question with the passage here. Passage you have to read. This paragraph you can understand whether the part they found in the parts of Mary Rose bottom of the sea damaged or undamaged. You can read from the paragraph. Mary Rose came to rest on the seabed. Mary Rose came the rest of the seabed, laying. This is answer. Laying meant they lay down on her starboard right side at an angle of approximately 60 degree. 60 degree, the whole acted as a trap for the sand moat carried by the Solent current. So we have to match the answer. Someone say true. Please, who mentioned this true?
True.
Samia Khan say true. Samia Khan. Samia Khan say true. Where have you confirmed that it is true, Samia Khan? Could you please mention the line you confirmed is true?
In the paragraph also say the right side, mention the right side. It means one side is undamaged.
Yes, okay, one side. Most of the side of Mary Rose, so lay undamaged. That means most of the side we can confirm lay her subboard right side of an angle approximately 60 degree. The whole acted as a trap of sand and moat carried by solenoid. And as a result of starboard side filled rapidly, leaving the exposed part side closed up by marine and mechanical decoration because of the way ship nearby. We have to read some more things nearby. All of the starboard half survived. There is a confirmation in the line. All of the starboard half survived intact. Intact means undamaged. Half of the parts survived. They found in the seabed. The parts of Mary Rose. Half survived intact. What does it mean? And enroll mean the destroy. Okay, enroll destroy. Intact mean undamaged. So all of the starboard half survived intact. We have to make clear what is the undisputed, however, is the Mary Rose was sent into the Solent that day, taking at least 500 men, taking 500 men. After the battle, attempts were made to recover the ships, but those failed. All of the starboard half, between the all of starboard half, they found intact. So what do you think about the line? What do you think? Is it the true, false, or not given? Samia Khan said true. Or I think it is true because, and I found that line, all of the starboard half survived intact mean half survived undamaged. Thank you. Mubashir have mentioned true. Samia Khan mentioned true. I also mentioned that true because all starboard have survived intact mean undamaged. So this is true. We found this answer. Now we have to go to the next answer. Question number 4, I would like to request to someone, again, Mr. Mubashir will read question number 4. Mubashir.
Yes, sir. Alexander Mackey knew that the wreck would contain many valuable historical objects.
Okay, Alexander Mackey, some person, he did know that the wreck, that means destroyed part, wreck, would contain many valuable historical objects. There is some main thing. Alexander, some person, he knew about that the wreck they found in the sea of Meridos were very valuable historical objects. Now we have to charge the answer. The paragraph, next paragraph. If we read the lines, Mr. Obashir, if you read the line, you can have some answer. Please, could you read the line? Then on
Yes, sir.
16.
Then on 16 June 1836, some fishermen in the Solent found that their equipment was caught on an underwater obstruction, which turned out to be Meridos. Diver John Dean happened to be exploring another sunken ship nearby, and the fishermen approached him, asking him to free their gear.
Okay.
Dean dived down and found the equipment caught on timber protruding slightly from the seabed.
Okay.
Exploring further, he covered several other timbers and a bronze gun.
You have to read about the Alexander, because the main thing Alexander.
No, sir.
Name part, please. Have you find some main what did the Alexander know? Alexander Mackey in this paragraph, last paragraph. Read the line. Alexander Mackey.
Sir.
Because the main thing about the Alexander Mackey, what did he know?
Yes, sir. The Meridos then faded into obscurity for another 100 years. But in 1965, the military historian and amateur diver Alexander Mackey, in conjunction with the British Sub-Aqua Club, initiated a project called a Solent Ship.
Well, on paper, this was a plan to examine a number of known wrecks in the Solent that what Mackey really hoped for was to find the Meridos ordinary stars technique probe unsatisfactory. So Mackey entered into collaboration with Horrell E. Edward, professor of electrics, and at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology in 1967, Edward side-scan sonar system revealed a large number unusually shapes object with the Mackey believe was the Meridos. So this is the answer. Now we have to match with the question. And Alexander Mackey knew the wreck were contained many valuable things. Did he know? Alexander know before exploiting? Whatever we read in the paragraph, did Alexander know? Here we read the Alexander in conjunction with the British Sub-Aqua Club initiated a project. He initiated a project, and what on the papers plan to explain some things we have read in here. Alexander talk about this. Meridos, Alexander Mackey in conjunction with the British Sub-Aqua Club initiated a project called Solent Ship. That means Alexander initiated a project, they name it Solent Ship. Well, on paper, this was a plan to examine, they are examining a number of known wrecks, there are known wrecks in Solent that really hopeful was to find a Meridos ordinary charge technique probe unsatisfactory. Their technique probe unsatisfactory. So Mackey entered into collaborations with Harold E. Editons, professor of electrical engineer at the Mascot Institute of Technology. So we have to read, we have to find the answer, whether it is true, false, or not given. What do you think? It is matching positively or negatively, or there's no information? What do you think, please? True, false, or not given? Washir, please, what do you think? Is it true or false?
So I think it's false.
False. Other person, Samia Khan, what do you think? It is false or true? Samia Khan, is false or true? No, this is not true because they did not know. Samia Khan, you were confused that Alexander did not know. Alexander did not know. Alexander were recharging. Alexander Mackey, in conjunction with the British Sub Aqua Club, initiated the project Solid, while in the papers it was planned to examine numbers of if he know why he make a project. Really hope to was find the many rows, ordinary charge technique probe unsatisfactory, so Mackey entered into collaboration with Edward. If he know well why he make some collaboration, why he charge, why he explode, because he did not know, that's why he have recharged. That's why it is false. Samia, it is false. Okay, now we have to go to the next one. This type of question we earlier discussed. What kinds of question it is? And the question is called, this is the question called the matching information. In the last classes, I have talked about some technique and strategy regarding this kinds of question. As we know, the question are mentioned matching information, that somewhere you can find some person name, somewhere you can find some ER name, somewhere you can find, or you can find some company name. Here we are seeing in the screen some ER, list of the date or ER. So which technique will you follow to find the answer? The technique you can note down that if you find in the question some year or date, you have to mention the date in the passage. When you go to the passage, you have to match in the date, where you find the date, what happened in that times. Then come back to the question, match with the question 5, 6, 7, 8. Now the technique is that from the beginning, find out the year, which are they talk 18, that is sequence 1833. We have to charge 1833. Where it is? 1833. Let's find 1833. 1833. No, there is no 1833. Just one. There is 1833. 16 June 1836. Okay, 36. Yes, we got. Once you find the date, then you have to charge what happened in the date. 1836, what happened in the date? Samia Khan, could you read the line? Then on 16 June 1836, some fisherman. Could you read the line?
Then on 16 June 1836, some fishermen in the Solent found that their equipment was caught on an underwater obstruction, which turned out to be the Marigold.
Okay, David John Dunny happened to exploring another sunken ship. nearby, and the fisherman
approached
him, asking him to free
asking him to
deer.
free the deer.
What happened? You understand what happened in the date? In the date, some fishermen in the Solent Sea Solent, found their equipment was caught up an underwater obstruction. That means when they through their net, they have found some obstruction, some heavy thing in their net, which turned out to the meadows. We have make them to the meadows. We have turned the meadows. Driver John then happened to the exploring. Then driver John, a person, he is exploring the sink ship nearby. And the fisherman approached him, asked him to free their gear. Then drive down and found the equipment caught on the timber, popping slightly from the seabed. Exploring further, he uncovered several other timber and Braugen's gun. Don continued driving on to the side immediately. This is another question. Now we have to read the story and happen. Now go to the question, which is matching. 5, 6, 7. In the 5 number question is, a charge of the meadows was long. This is not matching. Charge is not matching. And question number 6. 1% exploration of the meadows. Stop. This is not matching. Number 7. It was agreed that the whole of meadows.
Number 8 was matching.
8 is good. Number 8 is site of the meadows. Yes, good. Site of meadows was found by chance. This is missing. We have to site of meadows was found by chance. That means some fishermen, when they throw their net, then some explore, drown under the sea. By chance, they found the meadows, but he's not charging meadows. He's charging other sheep. While charging other sheep, the explorer found the meadows. So question 28 match with A number. Now we have to go 1840. Same paragraph. 1840. Okay, please, could you read the line where you find 1840 and what happened in the paragraphs? Anyone, please read 1840. What happened? In 1840, what happened?
Danny continued diving on the site intermittently until 1840, recovering several more guns, 2 bows, various timbers, part of a pump, and various other small finds.
Okay. And the meadows then faded into the obscurity. Okay, obscurity another 100 years. Now we have to read the question. Question number, which is matching here. Question number 5, we read meadows. Question number 5, not matching. 6, 1% exploration of meadows, side stop. Is it matching here?
Yes, sir. Question number 6 was matching.
We have to confirm again. We have to confirm again the line. In 1840, until 1840, several more guns, 2 bow, various timber parts stumped, various other small meadows, then faded into obscurity for another 100 years. Okay. Don continued to drive. Don, a person, he continued to drive on the side of and intermittently until 1840, recovering the several more gun, 2 bow, various timber, part from pump, and various other small finds. Many rows then faded into the obscurity for another 100 years. That means he could not find, he stopped charging, then 100 years is needed. So question number 6 is that the 1% exploration of Mary Rose side stop. That means the person, when he start exploring, he stopped charging. So now we have to read the other sequence. 1965, where they are talking about 1965. Just find the mention 1965, where they are talking about 1965. 1965, 1971, 1967. Is there 1965? Okay, 1965 in the paragraph. There is sequence. It's very helpful for you. So in 1965, military historian and other amateur driver Alexander Mackey, in conjunction with the British Aqua Club, initiated a project called Solent Ship. Well, on a paper, this was a plan to examine a number of known wrecks in Solent. What Mackey really hoped forward to find Mary Rose. Ordinary Charles Technic probe unsatisfactory, so Mackey entered into collaboration with the Herbert E. So we read the story. Now we have to go to the question. 1965. Is there any matching? Question is remaining. Number A. Okay, number A. A charge for the Mary Rose was launched. Is it matching? A charge for the Mary Rose was launched in 1956, 65.
Yes, sir. Sir, question number 5 is matching.
Matching. A charge for Mary Rose was launched. Okay, we have to read again. This line we have to read again. Mary Rose in 1965, but in 1965, military historians and amateur drivers Alexander Mackey, in conjunction with the British Aqua Club, initiated. That means they started. Initiate mean launch or started. Synonym word. They initiated a project called Solent Ship. Well, other was the plan to examine a number of known wrecks. So this is answer. Initiated mean, what did they did? They initiated a project named Solent Ship. Now you have to confirm. You have to confirm with the question number 5. Look at again question. Charge for the Mary Rose was launched. Alexander Mackey had initiated a project named Solent Ship. Why? For finding the ships. Isn't it? So question number 5 is matching with 1965. That means C. Now we have to read the 1965, 1967. 1967.
Sorry,
Where it is?
Question number 5. Answer.
Question
matching, sir.
Question number 5. Okay, look at the question number 5. Question number 5. Did you understand question number 5 mean? A charge for the Mary Rose was launched. That means when they launched, last been initiated. When they launched the project. Answer here. Have you find answer in the here? Have you find but in 1965? Have you find? Sweetie, please.
Yes,
Hello,
sir.
Sweetie. Please read the line, but in 1965, read the line. But in 1965, read the line, please. But in 1965, military historian and amateur driver Alexander Mackey, in conjunction with the British Aqua Club, initiated. What does this mean? Initiated means they started, they launched. What did they launch? They launched a project. Project name Solan Ship. Why they launched it? They launched it for finding the Mary Rose. Well, the paper was planned to examine a number of known wrecks in Solent. Why they launched the project? They launched the project for finding some ship wrecks or others. So, sweetie, you have to confirm. Question number 5 is C. Question number 5, answer is C. Because in 1965, we have read that in this time, Mackey launched a project. Mackey initiated a project. Understand? Sweetie,
Yes, sir,
I think you
understand.
understand. Thank you.
Yes,
Now
sir.
we have to go to the,
Thanks,
and
sir.
the date is 1967. 1967. Read the passage. 1967. Where it is 1967? 1967. 67. Where it is? Okay, there is a 1967. Can anyone read the 1967? What happened in the time? Please, can anyone read in 1967 what happened in the time? Anyone? 1967, it gotten side scan sonar system revealed a large, unusually shaped object which Mackey believed was the Mary Rose. Further excavations revealed stray pieces of timber and an iron gun, but the climax on a operation claim come when on 5, this is not another thing. So whatever we understand in the time, we have to go through the question again. And the question is about, we have to read the question number 6. So we found 6, we already found, and 7 is remaining. Question 7 is, it was agreed that the whole of the Mary Rose should be rice. I think this is not matching in the yard. In the yard, it's not matching. So we have to read other year, 1971. What happened in 1971? Here you have 1971. We can read. Further excavations of revolted straw pieces. On 5 May 1971, parts of the sheep farm was uncovered. Mackey and his team now knew for certain that they had found the wreck, but were as yet unaware that it also housed of treasure trove of beautifully preserved artifacts. In interest in the project grew, and in this is another year, so we have to read the question again, which is matching. Question is talking about one question remaining. It's the question is about number 7. It was agreed that the whole Mary Rose should be raised. No, this is not matching. This is not matching. We have to read other years. 1979. 1979. what happened in the time? 79. This is 1979. We can read in 1979, the Meadows Trust was formed with Princess Charles as the president and Megart rule in the archaeological director. The decision whether or not to solve the wreck was not an easy one. Although an exhibition in 1980, there another year, so we have to go the story. 1980, what happened? 1980 had shown in that might be possible to rise the whole. Well, the original arm was to rise the whole if they had all feasible operation. Okay, matching. Thank you. 1978 is matching with question number 7. Question number 7 is about it was agreed that the whole of the Meadows should be raised. So I think you understand the technique. Please, you can talk about the technique we are talking. Archana, Mr. Mubashir, Samia Khan, Sweetie, please. And Abdul Rahman, please,
Yes, sir,
comment
I
your
understand.
view. Understand the technique. Or I think everyone understood the techniques. When you find this kinds of question, this is very easy. Very easy to find answer. I think when you in reading task, when you find this kinds of question, you follow the technique, and I think you can do all question correct. Now the next one we are trying to this. That's one. This question we are trying to solve. First of all, I have to identify what kinds of question it is. What type of question it is. Can anyone say what kinds of question it is? Can anyone, because we have, in the earlier classes, we have discussed about this question. This is about the fill in the blanks. But fill in the blanks are 3 categories. Once you can have some picture in the fill in the blanks, this is called diagrams. In terms of answering question for diagrams, we need to follow some strategy that with the question heading, with the fill in the blank headings, then read the question number 9 or 10. You have understand some main thing of the question, then move to the passage, start charging where they are talking about. When we read there is an instruction no more than 2 words. So what is the main thing of the question? Rising the whole of the Meadows, stage 1 and 2. This is the main things. Question number 9. Blanks attached, that means something attached to the whole by word. This is the main things. What do you have to charge? We have to charge the rising whole of Meadows, stage 1 and 2. We have to charge this kinds of information, and you have to charge the whole by the word. Now go to the passage. Passage here, because we already read the lines. Now we have to read from here where they are talking about the whole of Meadows. I think in the paragraph they are talking about the whole of Meadows. In here you can find answer whole of Meadows, and you have to find some information, some line where they talk about the attached whole by the word. Now start reading from the paragraph. Whole of Meadows, and I have to charge here whole of Meadows. And here you can have whole of Meadows. If you read, really hope to the words find Meadows all ordinary charge technique proved unsatisfactory, Mackey entered into the collaboration with the Edward, professor of electrical engineering at the Institute of Technology in the 1967. Edward side scan sonar system revolved unusually shifted object with Mackey believed the Merridos. Mackey believed the Merridos. So here, further rebel straw, pieces, timber, and iron, but the climax operated come when to the Merridos part ship frame. This is the answer. Part of the frame, ship's farms, was uncovered. Mackey and his team now knew. This is the answer. Okay, are you seeing the paragraph? Here you have answer. Further exhibitions, revolted tower, pieces of timber, iron gun, but the climax to the operation came when on 5 May 1971, parts of the ship farms was uncovered. Mackey and his team now knew the certain that they found the wreck were yet unaware, but it was house treasure trove, beautiful preserved artificial interest of the project. So we found that the answer, question here, attach the whole by the war. So what can support attached by the war? Attach the whole by the war, where it is, whole by the war. We have to charge the whole, where they're talking about the whole. There is nothing about the whole, and we can go in the paragraph. There is about the whole. Whole was by open. An important factor is trying to sled. The Merridos was the remaining. Whole was an open shell. This led to an important decision being taken, namely to carry out a lifting operation in three-way distance stage. The whole was, that is the answer. The whole was attached to a lifting frame via a network of bottle and the lifting wire. That is the answer you can have. Read again. Lifting frame, no. You have to understand instruction. Instruction is that only 2 words. Okay, you can write lifting frame. Okay, answer correct. Lifting frame. Okay, answer is correct. Good, answer is correct. All right. Again, we have to read the led to an important decision being taken, namely to carry out the lifting operation in three very distant stage. The whole was attached to lifting frame via a network of bolt and lifting wire. So answer should be the lifting frames. Thank you. Now, once you find answer, you will find all answer in the paragraph. Now you have to go to the question. Question number 10. In the question number 10, dash to prevent hole being chucked into moat. This paragraph, being chucked into the moat. In the paragraph, if you read carefully, the hole was attached to the lifting frame via network lifting wire. The problem of the hole being chucked, the answer. Problem of the hole being chucked back downward into the moat was covered by using 12 hydraulic jack. This is answer. Please, anyone can tell which answer? There is answer. Anyone can tell which is answer? The problem of the whole being charged. Hydraulic jack. Thank you, Samia Khan. Hydraulic jack is answer. Thank you very much. Okay, now we have to go. The other question is that question number 11 here. Question number 11. Leg are placed into leg are. They are the leg. You can see the leg. They are. Where the leg are placed? Now we have to have information. Here you can have the leg. If you read the line legs, you can have this require precise positionings. This require precise positioning to locate the leg into the stepping guide of lifting cradle. So we can have answer. What are the answers, Samia? Okay, thank you. You are right. Stepping guide, right? Samia is right. Stepping guide is answer. Thank you very much, Samia. You could find the answer. Now you have to find the next answer. Question number 12. Number 12 is about. What about the number 12? Okay, number 12 answer. What about number 12? Whole is lower into. The same things. Whole is lower into. Whole is lower into. Where they are talking about the whole is lower in the same paragraph. Whole is lower into same paragraph. Of the lifting cradle, the lifting cradle was designed to feed the whole using archaeological. Whole using archaeological. Whole using, okay. Whole using archaeological. In this stage, the lifting frame was fixed to hook attached to the crane. Whole using archaeological. Whole using archaeologically. The lifted cradle was designed to feed the whole using archaeological survey drawing and was lifted with the yard bag to pop additional crossings to the holes. Delicate chamber frameworks. Now we can have the answer here. Here you have the answer. The lifting cradle was designed to feed the hole using archaeological survey drawing and was fitted with the yard bag to flop additional closing for the holes, delicate chambers frameworks. Go to the question, you can understand which answer should be that question number 12. Hole into lower into the answer should be again answer should be into the hole lifted completely set bed and jaw lifted cuddle. This answer lifted completely clear of the seabed and transport underwater into lifting cradle. Lifting cradle. Answer should be lifting cradle. Lifting cradle. Answer is cradles. Lifting cradle. Now the next answer is that in the lines, the lifting cradle was designed the lift hole using archaeological carbide draw lift with the yard back to probe additional crossing for the whole dedicated. Just answer to yard back. Question is 12 is cradle, lifting cradle. 13 is yard back. Question 13 is extra, use extra, yard back, use as extra protection for the whole. Now we understood the questions 13. Now you have to do one thing. You have to try to solve in the next classes. Next classes we will discuss about the list of the heading here and your duty to read the passage. The passage is about the what destroy the civilization of Easter Islands. You read the passage very well. The passage you have to read the very well, and you have to identify uncommon words. And we will try to solve this kinds of question. Also, you have to read this question about the neurology, the passage, and try to understand the meanings. Then we will try to solve. One thing very important for in the reading part, there are 3 passages. First passage is quite easier, as well as second passage, but the third passage is harder. So if you are thinking to have 6.5 score or 7 score, what you have to follow? You have to follow in the third passage. They use some complicated word and they make a question very complicated. If you understand the synonym word, if you read the again and again some word you don't know the meanings, I think will be very helpful. As well as the technique I am training you, if you try yourself at your homes, very better. But very important thing, if you don't know the meaning well, the word they use in the reading passage, technique will not work. So very important thing, I like to recommend once and again, read the passage, collect your IELTS books, Cambridge books, read the passage one after one and identify uncommon word. Another thing I recommended to read, to make a habit of reading English newspaper, the best one is The Guardian, or you can read the New York Times as well. To read The Guardian British newspaper, you don't need to buy the paper. You can upload, you can install in your smartphone, Play Store, The Guardian apps, and you can read some article, try to read this one, and gradually your vocabulary will be improved. And day after day, you can improve your reading skill, as well as if you practice following my techniques, you can do better. Thank you very much. If you have some question, you can ask me the questions. Samia Khan, what's your question? Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you, Rita. Okay. Thank you. Right. Great. So now I like to end the classes in here. And again, I like to say, make a habit of reading English news, magazine, or English passages. Then my technique will help you. Thank you very much for the classes. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.